There are absolute frauds in this space pretending to be experts on PR and apparently ADHD. My son is adrenal insufficient, and the adrenal glands have zero to do with ADHD. Instead of listening to bogus experts, go to a doctor. Never get advice about adrenal glands from internet PR, ET quote fingers, experts. My son almost died from an adrenal crisis at 3 months old. Adrenal glands produce cortisol, which helps your immune system work. Really? Without them, you die. They do not control your brain. The adrenal glands control blood sugar and are the backbone of your immune system. I should know. I literally was told my son was going to die from an adrenal crisis. My son has a life threatening illness that will kill him unless we monitor him vigilantly. At 3 months old, I sat with doctors. I was told he may not survive or wake up in the morning. I was prepared for his end of life. His blood sugar was 7. He was dying. Adrenal glands have nothing to do with ADHD. I have held my tongue for too long watching a woman claim to be a PR expert when I know with my whole chest she is a fraud. Don't you dare give advice on adrenal glands. You could literally kill people. Misinformation about adrenal glands have led to people dying. The only treatment for adrenal insufficiency is lifelong replacement steroid treatment. Without the treatment 3 times a day, a person will die. We have seen at least 4 kids die of adrenal insufficiency since our son was diagnosed. I will stand 10 toes down on this. Keep your fake PR and fake doctor advice to yourself. You are a fraud. No, Katie Joy, you are a fraud. Hey, Cactus crew. Thanks so much for tuning in. In this video, I'll be correcting Katie Joy's post about her son V having adrenal insufficiency, what that means and how it's related to ADHD. Everything I mention in this video should not be taken as fact. It's also not an accusation towards Katie Joy. These are simply my opinions and beliefs after researching extensively over the years since reading Katie Joy's Mummy Dearest Diaries, also known as Old Without a Crystal Ball articles, which I will link below. Pediatric brain development was my main interest when I was studying psychology at university over 20 years ago. It's what I'm passionate about. A lot of research that went into this to get my head around the gravity of the situation, because what Katie Joy says is not the truth. It's far from it. It is exaggerated because that's part of her personality disorder, to exaggerate her son's disorders to make him seem like the worst case. So I encourage you to do your own research, check out the links that I've provided, and come to your own conclusion. Knowledge is power, and I see straight through you, Katie Joy. This will also be the first of many parts. I'm going to go through all of Katie Joy's son's disabilities, explain the story, how it really is, not some made-up bulldang created to manipulate her audience to feel sorry for her. She's stolen her son's story and made it her own. A few notes before I start. I'll be referring to Katie Joy's son as V. Just like V, who was born 5 weeks premature, I was born 8 weeks premature, and I have a few of the same developmental disorders that V has. The difference is that my mum cared and loved me and did everything to help me. This was not the case for V. So how does a mother not know about her son's disorders? Why is this whole post about Katie Joy's pain? What is really going on here? Firstly, I believe that Katie Joy has narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissistic mothers are completely detached from their children. She doesn't care enough to research his disabilities. Katie also competes with other special needs mums. She exaggerates her son's disabilities to the worst case. For example, saying that her son is medically fragile when he is actually medically complex. Narcissistic mothers are unable to properly care for their children. Their lack of empathy means that they are unable to understand their child's emotions, and this leads to emotional neglect. They are also unable to attend to a child's needs because the child is not their priority. Narcissistic mothers' love is conditional. They use guilt, shame, lies, and manipulation to control people. They never take accountability for their wrongful actions. Instead, they shift blame onto others and always play the victim. Narcissistic mothers have an inflated sense of self importance and a constant need for admiration. They spend their lives role playing, presenting themselves as caring mothers, when in reality they prioritize their own needs over their child's. They also lack self awareness as they are unable to self reflect. Secondly, Katie Joy struggles with alcoholism. There's a link in the description box to one of her articles on the verge of being an alcoholic, but it's basically admitting to being too hungover to parent for the first 5 years of her child's life. Yes, Katie Joy admits to this. Both of us walked like zombies through the weekend. Our son may not have understood why we didn't feel right, but he knew that something wasn't right. Our turning point came when my husband started home brewing mead. Mead is a honey wine. He enjoyed finding recipes and drinking his creations. His hobby meant we had a lot of alcohol in our home. Our cabinets became filled with mead. We both started consuming mead faster than we realized. To keep up with our consumption, he made more and more wine.
Of his parents are were addicts too. So
If my husband and I fought, I drank. When I got bad news from one of my son's doctors, I drank wine. On nights out with friends, I drank to unwind and decompress. My sole coping mechanism had become alcohol. Like with any addiction, those with alcoholism lack the patience to parent as their child is not their priority. Feeding their addiction is prioritized over everything. We've seen the Paulsons' inability to control their anger multiple times over the years, yelling at their son constantly with no concern showing the world, because this is their norm. It's how they were raised, and they are just continuing the cycle. So as we go through this, just keep in mind that Katie Joy has narcissism and is an alcoholic, both affecting her ability to parent properly. Katie Joy's son has multiple disorders that include hypopituitarism, which includes adrenal insufficiency, hydrocephalus, which was left untreated for 4.5 years, spina bifida, which includes Chiari malformation and gastroparesis, which is why he has the feeding tube, autism, ADHD. He also has a screen addiction because he's been screen fed since the moment he could sit up and hold the phone for himself. Each of these will be different videos. We're going to go through everything. Today, I'll be focusing on adrenal insufficiency, since that's what Katie was talking about in her post. That's part of the hypopituitarism, which is when the pituitary gland does not produce enough hormones. Katie Joy exaggerates this condition to the extreme, saying that her son was born without a pituitary gland. From my research, I believe the damage to the pituitary gland occurred at 3 months, the crash. In Katie Joy's original blog from January 2013, she states that V has an underdeveloped pituitary gland, which is very different to not having one at all. The pituitary gland is part of the HPA axis, which regulates how the body responds to stress. The HPA axis is made up of the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the adrenal glands. When the pituitary gland is unable to communicate to the adrenal glands during times of increased stress, the adrenal glands cannot release the hormone cortisol, which helps the body cope with stress. This leads to an adrenal crisis, and this is what occurred when V was 3 months old. I believe V has acquired hypopituitarism, so he wasn't born with it. He acquired it after the trauma that he experienced at 3 months old. What is the treatment for adrenal insufficiency? Daily injections of corticosteroids 2 to 3 times a day for life. Living with alcoholic parents and a narcissistic mum is the most stress-inducing factor in V's life. And right now, Katie Joy is the biggest risk to her son's life with her untreated MRSA infection, that could kill him if it gets into his system and she carelessly shares a bed with him. You have a MRSA infection, which you are ignoring. You're choosing to drink. Alcohol feeds it. You're choosing this to speak about Gypsy. Well, you have a life-threatening infection that you lay down next to your son every night, your son that has all those developmental disorders. He has adrenal insufficiency. You risk his life every night. You lay next to him with no care in the world and you flaunt it all on camera. So you're giving me the proof that so much more than my word for it. And I thank you for that because that's going to get you in trouble. Katie Joy's personality disorder and her alcoholism mean that she does not have the patience to parent properly, and V is not her priority. V needed a loving, caring mother, especially because he was a premature baby with developmental delays, which a narcissistic mother would have seen as a reflection on herself. She could not accept her child was different to everyone else, that she was going to have to do the work, but she was already struggling with her own addictions, her own personality disorder, which means that she could not be the mother that V needed her to be. Katie Joy should know that the adrenal glands work within the HPA axis. She should be talking about how they are focused on providing a stress-free environment and how they don't yell at him or cause any extra stress for their son. Otherwise, he could have an adrenal crisis. Except they don't. They don't provide a safe environment. The bedroom is a perfect example. 2 cages with 4 cats in at night. Good old kitty litter that's always got shit in it. This is all in the bedroom. Unhygienic environment that is keeping him sick and dependent on Katie Joy. The dogs also jump up on him. I don't know why they have 2 dogs with trauma themselves. They have anxiety issues. They are not trained, so they jump up on V. That's why Katie Joy keeps them in her room, drugged allegedly with trazodone, which keeps them sedated throughout the day. These are 2 coonhounds that require therapy, that require boundaries, that need to be taught not to jump up on V.
Can you hang out with Rita or something? No, you're after. No! No! Oh, no, fine. No! Fine. It's okay. It's okay. Totally fine, honey. It's okay. No, it's fine. I'm never saying it's fine, okay? Oh, sure. Yeah, it's okay, honey.
He is 12 years old. And they have still not done anything about these dogs. And they cause immense stress for him. They also yell at him because they don't have patience and they haven't done the work to go through the 12 steps to get sober for their child.
Mommy. What? I was talking to Daddy. I'm talking to Daddy. We're saying why do you always interrupt me? I just want to tell you that Daddy just we're talking downstairs about the plant my magnets and my Legos. Yeah. And I told him to apologize to me and then went upstairs and he wasted my time because of all that yelling. Okay, that's fine. Goodbye. Oh, you don't see it say that to me. Sorry, you guys.
Such a bitch.
He's mad at his dad about yelling at him.
They're unable to control their temper.
It's been a busy day.
They ignore their child's needs. One big role play, Katie Joy, mother of a medically fragile child with autism. Oh yes, make sure to throw that one in. But he does have it, like I've said. There's a lot of misinformation going around and a lot of people will just go with it. I will be going over autism again. Let me just say the information that is out there at the moment is incorrect. It's speculation. It's not understanding how multiple factors of his developmental delays can be factors for autism. How does adrenal insufficiency relate to ADHD? Children with ADHD are found to also have low cortisol or insufficient cortisol production from the adrenal glands. HBA axis dysregulation is the key link between children with ADHD and children with adrenal insufficiency. And that is how it relates, Katie, if you didn't know, okay? It would have taken a little bit of a Google search and you wouldn't look like a fool. I'm going to educate you. Sit down, Paulson, sit down. I got you. So please check out the links to my past videos. They can be found in the description box and pinned in the comment section. This video will most likely cause Katie Joy to attack me because how dare I bring a narrative to the table that disputes her version of events? How dare I question her? Everyone should question Katie Joy. She has taken her son's story and made it her own pity party story that she uses as a shield whenever she gets backlash for her wrongdoings. Don't let her manipulate you. Do your own research and gain the knowledge that Katie Joy doesn't care enough to educate herself on because she simply does not care about her son. She only cares about what she can gain by exploiting his story. Give this video a like, comment below, let me know what you think, and please do consider subscribing. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, Cactus Crew.